But if you pay like you wake, you can stay, baby. Who remember that song? If you do, first you are old, but also a real one. Welcome to another episode of Just Forget About It. This is episode 41. Emotions cost currency, money, moolah. So, in the grand scheme of life, I have found that mastery comes from acceptance and tolerance. When a lot of us hear this or hear either of these words, depending on your background, it can seem subpar, like secrecy, even. But follow me. When it comes to acceptance and tolerance, it has everything to do with our ability to process reality and to control our emotions. Both are very big and major things, major key that honestly a lot of us may never learn. But those on a quest for more, I wanted to take this episode to explore. So, with acceptance correlating directly to our ability to process reality, it's about being able to understand that certain things, places, and people may not always resonate or be destined to have long term residency within our journey, our lives, whatever the case may be. Unfortunately, some of these people will actually be people that we have grown to be very fond of, or the idea of used to being around, they're comfortable. And I get it, they could be a blast to be around. It's easy. You guys share a lot of the same interests. But I want to say that it is up to us to know the more time and emotions we spend on attempting to put a band-aid on a vast disconnect can cost currency, money. You being an understanding source for something or someone unable to do the same comes and carries a hefty responsibility of repercussions. Now, what do I mean by that? Now, say this said person is a ball to be around, like I said maybe a moment ago, and you share a lot of the same things. You share a lot of the same interests, same point of views. But what about the flow of these exchanges? Some of these things to look for, we often miss because they're so subtle. And don't let it be added factors like libations and all that stuff. It's like, whoo, right over our heads. You feel me? But normally you're normally in a loose mood, and that's how it should be when you're around people that you trust and love, right? But I want to propose some type of critical thinking when you have these interactions with people. What is this person's interest level or ability to hold back from changing the subject when you are expressing your goals, dreams, aspirations? I mean, the big stuff, the things that seem far-fetched, the things that seem like, wow, I didn't know that you were interested in that. Those kind of things. How are they behaving when you're expressing these passions and your moments of comfortability with this company? Now, I'm not holding everyone to the standard of always understanding or even seeing the vision of others. That's not what the responsibility is. But the ways we carry out our support to those that are chasing their dreams, callings, and or purpose says a lot, like a lot. Does it become secondary or glazed over? Like, is now the time that they take to go to the bathroom or to take a bathroom break? Like, pay attention. to these patterns and take heed to your ability to process this reality and move accordingly. Our dreams and our goals should be honored and safeguarded if needed. And if this person, more than not, doesn't take extended interest, time, or at the very least, intrigue by the strides you are making, move accordingly, love. Emotions, cost, currency, and time. The next correlation is what I mentioned before, the acceptance and tolerance. But tolerance correlates directly with controlling our emotions. This is a tough one, y'all, because I still struggle with this. Did y'all know, though, that emotions often come out in your actions, in your behavior, whether you want to hide it or not? This is specifically applicable to the I ain't never bothered head ass folks. Don't y'all love these types? The always want to make a point to verbally say, I don't care, I ain't worried, I ain't bothered, but be
so bothered.
They covertly compete with you. They covertly, get this one, the third one. They covertly compete with you in conversations about accomplishments while inquiring about what and how you do it, only to attempt to undermine you. Yeah, this is where being able to flex and display your tolerance, aka your ability to control your emotions, is golden. Because again, emotions cost money. Being able to recognize a challenging interaction with someone as just that, like, okay, this is what you want to do, can be difficult depending on the angle and who it is, you know. Because quite like the first correlation of acceptance, the ability to accept reality, the tolerance and emotional control portion is often brought in the form of our desires. It is, it really is. So it may be directly within a job structure or a title that you've been batting for, a man or a woman you've been interested in dating, or like a friend or association group you've been interested in being or belonging to. All these things are great, but we must understand that if these interactions come as a means to create diversity in our lives, meaning like difference, you want to look, it sounds sexy on paper, through competition, when this should be safety for us, they cannot remain. They can't. Comfort, but never complacency. Difference, but not clashing. Healthy debate, because I love a healthy debate, but never undermining. After all, emotions cost currency, y'all. And you don't want to be spent out from someone who wouldn't spend on you at all. Until next time, JFAT.